What's going on, guys? I'm Jason Ahern from Whitetails and Scales. Thanks for joining us for another episode. Today we got a few things we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss the pre-spawn that's coming in some places, and you know, what baits that I prefer to use. We're also going to talk about the things we have coming up for the channel, and I have a big announcement for you guys. And also at the very end of the video, I'll give I'm going to let you know about a giveaway that I'm going to be doing. All right, let's jump into the pre-spawn. It's been a few weeks since I made a video. We went out, we caught a few fish. I've been one time since then, but I didn't have that GoPro yet, so I didn't even bother filming, but I caught a few things. I was just pond fishing, seeing how things are going to go, which, by the way, to keep in mind, as the pre-spawn emerges and comes about, that ponds warm up easier, quicker than the lakes do. So it's a phenomenal time to get out even a little bit earlier if you can hit those ponds, if you have a stretch of some warm weather. So what to look for? When your nighttime temperatures start to match the temperatures of the lakes, and then your daytime temperatures obviously a little warmer, the water's going to be warming up and the pre-spawn should be kicking in pretty hard. You know, all the slaunches have stayed down in the depths during the winter when it's cold. I mean, if you've been doing this for a while, you know this. If you're a beginner, you might not. They don't just immediately, you know, rush from deep all the way up. They're going to gradually move up into the creek systems and into the pockets, of the spawning pockets of the lakes. So as it warms up and they start to make that transition into the spawning pockets and into the creek areas of the lake, a good place to look for them is those main lake points. And if it's a little later in the pre-spawn, you move on into the secondary points and a little further in. But early pre-spawn, you want to check those main lake points. Steep drop-offs at the edge of points and stuff like that. You're going to, you know, that new vegetation that's emerging, you find grass that's just started growing. Any kind of structure like that, you know, shallower humps off of a main lake point and stuff, that you can find them there where they're waiting to ambush the bait fish. So temperatures for the pre-spawn, we're looking around 50 to 60 degree water temps. Now that we've covered the temperatures and everything, we want to look at what baits that I prefer. Now, when the water's still a little bit colder, they're just starting to move up some and feed a little more, but it's still, you know, 50 to 55 degrees, still a little, you know, that lower end of the pre-spawn. I like to still go with the slower presentations. They may still be hugged tight to the bottom. Even if they've moved up a little shallower, they may still be hugged tight to the bottom. So, you know, I go with the jigs, of course. I prefer crawfish colored stuff. That even extends into the lipless cranks that we'll get into next. I'll fish a worm. Carolina rig, Texas rig, however you want to rig. Fishing a worm on the bottom can be effective in those still cooler temperatures, but they've started to move up. So when it warms up a little bit more, that 55 to 60 range, I like to throw a lipless crankbait, preferably red. I actually don't have one here to show you, and I'll explain why in a minute, but countless people say they prefer the red during the pre-spawn. Not that the other colors wouldn't work, but bass do seem to favor the crawfish in the pre-spawn. If they are, maybe, you know, in that shallower range, if it's, like I said, we're 55, 60 degrees, it's warmed up a little bit more, maybe they push on up against the bank some on that main lake points, or your secondary points, I'll throw a square bill, throw them right at the bank, ripping it off. Any structure I can find, of course, with a square bill, throw at the structure. And then next, I go with the spinner baits and the chatterbaits. This is a chatterbait with a Kitech swim bait on it. Sometimes I throw a trailer on a spinner, but not often. So we should be making some pre-spawn videos very soon. I did go out and get a GoPro. This is just in case I got everything in, but I got a GoPro and all the accessories, so that's ready to go. So I'm more than excited to actually get out and start making some footage. It's just been eating at me to get out, fish, and make videos, and we haven't had the best weather, and I haven't had the best equipment and stuff to do so. So we actually just yesterday got 2-3 inches of snow here. So as that melts towards the end of March, things are going to warm up. It looks like things are going to warm up. I'll probably hit some ponds. Like I said, they warm up before the lakes do. So if I get a stretch of a little warmer weather, that pond's going to show an increase in temperature that's more drastic than that of the lake, and be easier to get on fish probably. Now for what I wanted to tell you guys about. So I got the GoPro, but I actually made a purchase that's even more exciting, and I've been ecstatic about it. So I went and purchased a small 15-foot bass boat. It's a fiberglass boat, an ebb tide with a 60 horsepower Mercury motor, and it's older, but the motor has just been went through and redone. It was one of those Craigslist deals, so it was a little like, but I didn't know how it was gonna go. But I got a decent deal on it, and the carpet's been redone. The boat was polished up and stuff. It looks great for the age of the boat. I have taken it out to the lake once and tested it. That is going to make a huge impact on the types of videos we can make and where we can go. Like I said, we are sticking to kind of a home state tour for 2018. We want to show you guys a lot of the stuff here in Virginia. The lakes that are actually all what I consider close proximity, so they're close proximities within about an hour, hour and a half of where I live at, is Smith Mountain Lake, Bugs Island or Kerr's Reservoir, Philpott, Hyco Lake, Mayo Lake, and I believe that's all that's within that time frame from here. There might be a couple more smaller ones. I know there's definitely some smaller ones that are electric only, which we will hit them too. But as far as, you know, putting the bass boat in the water, those are the few that are right around the area. And Bugs Island's huge. Bugs Island's like 48,000 acres. Smith Mountain's like 20,000 acres. Smith Mountain's the closest. I can get there in about 45 minutes. So they have striper there. We'll probably hit that. Philpott's pretty cool. It's got smallmouth, largemouth, and walleye. Bugs Island, famous for the catfish and the crappie. There's some good largemouth bass fishing too, but there's so much area to cover. That lake will take me a while to fully learn. Now that things are warming up, pre-spawn's hitting like we said. We got a few videos that are going to come out, and things should pick up, and we're going to start putting out videos rather quickly. The first video, I'm going to give you a tour of the boat and show you guys the boat, ask for suggestions on certain things. Then at the end of March, in the next couple weeks, we're going to go to a dairy farm, to a pond that's always served us well. We'll hit that on the full moon. I think it's March 30th, 31st, something like that. We're also going to go to Burton Lake. It's an electric only lake in between Climax and Chatham, Virginia. Virginia Department of Inland Fisheries website shows that that's the best lake in my region for largemouth. In early April, when the dogwoods bloom in the area, the Dan River that runs through my town is going to, the white perch and the white bass run, and then late April all the way into May, the striper run in the river. So we'll be doing some river fishing videos. Then after that, or actually during that time, I'll probably hit a couple lakes. I'll probably hit Hyco Lake, Mayo Lake, and Philpott. We'll see where it goes from there. That's what we have planned for the next couple months. And as I said at the beginning of the video, I wanted to talk to you about a giveaway. When we reach 100 subscribers, I'm going to fill this box with fishing tackle. And it's not just bass. There's like, I've already got catfish, crappie, brim, some bait fishing stuff. I'm gonna put a lot of different tackle items in here. All right, guys, we look forward to interacting with you with everything that we got planned. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I won't be mad at you however you do it, smashing it, clicking it, whatever. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell, because you could miss the giveaway if you don't click that notification bell. It might slip right past you. So go ahead and do that. If you have any comments or suggestions, drop them in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, and stay tuned till the next time, guys. We'll catch you in the woods or on the water.